Camellya is a very interesting character, from the way she fights all the way to her love interests? Now I can understand why some people may see it that way. I mean, at face value, anyone would think that way. However, if you paid attention to the story, then you'd realize that there's something else much bigger in the picture. Something bigger than love itself. Love, an intense feeling of affection, or a great interest and pleasure in something. I don't think it's a secret that Camellya is someone who is not only interested in fighting, but is overwhelmingly obsessed with it. Hell, I think the word obsession isn't even enough to describe her lust for combat. And if you were to ever challenge Camellya in battle, you'd better pray that she loses interest, because if you show even the slightest amount of fear, that feeling might be the last thing you ever feel. If you're a criminal, that is. Yeah, she does have a body count, but it seems like she's only ever killed criminals. But hey, at least she's keeping the streets clean. Aside from that, before we get into whether or not if Camellya's relationship with Rover is considered love or not, we gotta compare Camellya's relationship with Rover to her past self's relationship with them. Yeah, strap in. So Camellya isn't the first Camellya, because that title would actually go to Lady Flora. You see, Lady Flora's traits are practically identical to Camellya's, from her obsession with combat all the way to her interest in Rover, even becoming friends with them at one point. However, Flora has been stated to be quite sentimental compared to her current counterpart. And this is all you really need to know for the sake of this video. I would recommend taking the time to play Camellya's companion quest whenever you can. But for now, let's get into the main topic of this video. So as I said earlier, Lady Flora did also have a relationship with Rover before they eventually sealed their memories away. Around this time, they seem to have been particularly close when it came to combat, as Lady Flora states herself. However, when it came to anything personal, she didn't even bother asking Rover or the Blackshores about their past, only ever truly feeling happy when it comes to crossing blades with them. Now, this can be used as a massive piece of evidence for Camellya not having any particularly romantic feelings for Rover, since their traits are identical. However, you must remember that this is Lady Flora and not Camellya. While yes, they do share identical traits, you're better off treating them as complete strangers with two different experiences with the MC. As for how Rover acted around Lady Flora, we really didn't get any noteworthy details. However, whatever the Rover experienced definitely made them willingly or unwillingly seal away their memories, which of course made Lady Flora upset. Like, really upset. I mean, I think anyone would be upset in that situation. However, looking at the situation carefully, it's almost as if she's suffering from abandonment issues. Abandonment issues, a type of anxiety that causes people to have a strong fear of losing loved ones. Two symptoms present with abandonment issues are manipulative behavior and self-destructive behaviors. I know, it's a gacha game, it's not that serious, but when you look at it, Wuthering Waves is clearly diving into issues like these, and it's not like they're being secretive about it as well. And for those who might think it's not actually abandonment issues, but autophobia, the fear of loneliness, and thanatophobia, the fear of death, due to how Camellya herself describes it, then you're not wrong. But I'm not wrong as well. You see, the two specific symptoms of abandonment issues I brought up can be tied back to not Camellya, but her overclocking specifically. You see, the self-destructive behaviors can be easily tied back to the overclocking itself. The fact that she can lose control over her resonance ability, which can put others in harm. The fact that her overclocking can severely damage her health. Or the fact that overclocking can occur due to exerting your mental and emotional state clearly aids with what I'm trying to present. And the manipulative behavior is tied to the overclocked version of Camellya. You see, in every interaction between Camellya and her overclocked alter ego, is her alter ego constantly trying to manipulate and doubt Camellya's judgments, trying to get her to constantly fall into the overclocked state. That's why Lady Flora kept sealing her memories away, because if she can't remember Rover, who was the main reason behind her abandonment issues, then those issues would disappear along with them. However, fate will constantly try to bring them back together no matter what. So, instead of running away from her issues, she decides to overcome them. Not as Lady Flora, but as Camellya of the Black Shores. And that's exactly what she did. So now that we have a clear understanding as to Lady Flora's relationship with past Rover and Camella's issue she had to overcome, let's end this off with whether or not if what Camellya really feels is romantic or something else. So throughout the majority of Camellya and Rover's interactions, Camellya has always been on competitive mode, either racing, fighting tacit discords, or just downright sparring. While sure, she may get all up in their personal space, that's just how Camellya is. I mean, after all, she doesn't necessarily care about tedious feelings like those. And as for her calling Rover her seed of fate, that's just clearly a direct callback to their fate actually being intertwined together no matter how they get separated. And also just means that she's found someone much stronger than herself who is a worthy combatant. So no, it's not romantic feelings. It's more on the lines of admiration, a rivalry, friendship, etc. Sorry Camellya shippers, Rover's one and only true love is our girl, the shorekeeper. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this video. Let me know down in the comments below what you all personally think about Camellya and Rover's relationship. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next Wuthering Ways video. Signing off.